Hey guys, today I'm gonna tell you a story on how I met my greatest friend of all time. Keep listening and I'll tell you who it is. I had been hiking all morning through the dense forest. My backpack was heavy with camping gear and a small journal tucked inside. By evening, I found a quiet clearing where the golden light of the sunset streamed through the trees. I set up his small tent, lit a fire, and sat on a log, listening to the chorus of birds and the rustling of leaves. Night fell, and the forest took on a mysterious quiet, broken only by the occasional hoot of an owl. Suddenly, a faint cry reached my ears. It was sharp and desperate, a sound that made him jump to his feet. Following the noise, I stumbled through thick underbrush and twisted roots until he came across a small ravine. There at the edge lay a figure sprawled across the rocks, partially covered in dirt and blood. The person had clearly fallen, and their breathing was shallow. Without thinking, I carefully reached down and lifted the stranger onto his shoulders, carrying them back toward his campsite. Once there, he tended to their injuries, using strips of cloth torn from his shirt to wrap a bleeding arm. I cleaned the dirt from their face, whispered calming words, and fetched water in a makeshift cup. Hours passed, and the stranger slowly began to stir. "You're going to be okay," I said while brushing hair from their forehead. "Just stay awake. Don't close your eyes." The forest around them seemed to hold its breath. Finally, the stranger coughed and managed a weak smile. I thought I was done for," they whispered. "Not on my watch. You're safe now," I told him. They spent the night by the fire, talking in fits and starts. The stranger didn't say much, only small nods and quiet chuckles. But there was a comfort in their presence, a strange familiarity that made me feel like I'd known them forever. By morning, the sun filtered through the trees, warming their campsite. The stranger could sit up and even walk a little. As they prepared to leave, I smiled and asked, "Hey, what's your name?" The stranger grinned, brushing a stray leaf from their hair. 67, they said simply, and somehow that was all I needed to know. From that moment on, in the quiet of the forest or the chaos of the world beyond, we were friends for life.